Is Post Malone's career over? I mean, it's obviously not, but it sort of makes for a good title and thumbnail. But we do actually have something interesting to talk about here. Post Malone, Austin Post, has pretty much been at the top of the charts consistently since his debut song White Iverson, dropping back in 2016. Back at this time, this is when Post had his dreads, and let's just say he was sort of finding his style. Throughout the past 5 years, Post Malone has pretty much been at the top of the charts consistently, every year coming out with a bigger and bigger smash. Well, that is until recently. At this point in Post's career, he's just put out his 5th studio album, but are things still going up for Post, or is it the opposite? At this time of the video, Post is currently sitting with 55 million monthly listeners and is currently the 11th most streamed artist on Spotify. But why is his last album, 12 Carat Toothache, receiving such negative reviews? If you've been a fan of Post for a while, you'll remember the absolute bangers on Stoney, and some even more bangers on Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Songs such as Rockstar, Congratulations and Better Now soaring to the top of the charts and staying there for quite a long time. But what's happened to this signature chart-topping sound? And where has it gone? Seemingly since his last release, Hollywood's Bleeding, Post has seemed to stretch out his sound more and experiment with some different genres, going from his signature sound on Psycho and Candy Pain, you know, the one that's sort of smooth, relaxing, driving down some nice-ass road vibe, to some more full band arrangements. While some of these songs have done incredibly well, songs such as Sunflower, which is an absolute banger, it seems like on his last album, he's pushed sort of into this sound a little bit more, and some people aren't liking it. Post has always been known for this dreamy melodic style, and it seems like on 12 Carat Toothache, there's less of the sound that people initially fell in love with. Comparing numbers from his past albums, since the release of Hollywood's Bleeding, his numbers have actually gone up. But why are these albums the worst reviewed? I think I know why. 12 Carat Toothache spans 14 songs, of which only 4 have the same sort of banger hit type feel of Beer Bongs and Stoney. I remember playing these two albums and you could literally just hit random on pretty much any song on these albums and an absolute slam would come on. And it just seems like with these albums, it's something more to take in. Like, he's telling a story, he goes deep into some lyrics, and it's not really sort of that chart sound anymore. I'm definitely not saying this is a bad album at all. I actually kind of like it. It's just I think some people are thinking, where them hits at? I think people like Post for many reasons. He's a nice ass guy. He makes hard songs, good at acoustic songs as well. It just seems like people sort of expect that hard hitting sort of chart sound from him. And in these last 2 albums, they just seem a bit more not that direction. Despite me saying all this album has now debuted at number 2. Which, I mean, is Post Malone, it's gonna happen. But so far, these reviews ain't it. More time will tell how these songs and the album performs in the long run. I personally don't see it coming close to what Stoney and Beer Bongs are in terms of just like fans loving it. But maybe Post is on something we don't understand yet. The same way people hated Whole Lot of Red and then became emo goths 3 weeks later. In this previous interview with Billboard, and I quote, "I've made a lot of compromises, especially musically, but now I don't feel like I want to anymore. I don't need a number 1. Which shows how pretty much self-aware he is that this album probably won't do as good as his last few, but it seems like he doesn't actually care about that and he's just sort of making the music he wants to make. I think he's completed making hit songs, like he obviously knows how to do it. He already has the secret formula, so now it just seems like he's having fun with it, which can you blame him? He's literally a multi-millionaire at 26, pretty much a GTA character at this point. I do think it's worth mentioning lyrically on this album that he does go deeper into certain topics than the past albums, things such as alcoholism and his addiction to cigarettes in particular. Now, will people care about this as much as just hearing some bangers? I'm not so sure, but it's definitely quite a personal album. So yeah, that is Post's last release, 12 Carat Toothache. What do you think of it? Is it a yay? Is it a nay? I think this one's going to take some time to properly appreciate, but yeah, that's been the video. Let me know what you think. Until next time.